Hey, what's up, guys? This is Andrew with After Hours Crew, coming at you from Totem in Amarillo. But anyways, I'm going to do a quick review for you guys tonight. I'm going to do one, and then here in a little bit my buddy Lane's going to do one. And we're both doing it over the Kangertech Subtank. I got the Mini, and he's got the Plus. Wait, yeah, it's the Mini. But anyways, thing works. The Mini sits really nicely on top of any of your box mods. Looks pretty nice. You can get interchangeable rings. Something that we have figured out with the interchangeable rings, though, the O-rings, is that it's kind of like once you break that seal with the original rings, it doesn't always seal right. It's not leaking so bad now, but whenever we first put it on there, it wasn't too good. It was leaking a little bit. But you know, that's what you get sometimes whenever you change out rings and stuff like that. You break that seal. But anyways, it comes with 0.5 coil and 1.2, I think, and then you can also buy nickel coils for them if you got something with temp control. I'm just running on a Sigelei 150 at 30 watts right now, 4.2 volts. It's a 0.5 ohm stock coil in there. Also comes with an RBA deck, which is actually really easy to use. My buddy Lane, this is his actual tank. He just let me borrow it so we could do this review. He loves the RBA deck, but they can be rather fragile and can bend really easily, and once you bend it, doesn't really work right. But comes with instructions, RBA deck, I think 2 coils, and then it comes with your drip tip, your 510 drip tip, and the tank. You can buy coils off of My Freedom Smokes for pretty cheap. I think Mount Baker has them pretty decent. You can just, I mean, guys, just go online. You can find good deals. I do want to say this: if you guys have not heard of a person named Vapor Joe, go and look him up. Google him. He has a blog, and you can put in your email. He'll send you emails daily with awesome deals. I got him 5 coils for this, and me 5 coils for I have the Aspire Mega, which we're going to do a review on that later. That's beside the point. But anyways, I got him 5 coils for this and 5 coils for my thing. 20 bucks. 20 bucks for 10 coils. That's the deal. That's with shipping anyways. Anyways, this thing, it doesn't vape too bad. I don't single airflow on the bottom. The Plus has dual airflow, and I've seen minis and nanos that have the dual airflow too, so I don't know if we just got an older version or what it is, but it works actually pretty dang good. It's not a bad little tank, guys. I mean, I've seen a lot of people that like these better than the Aspire Atlantis. You know, for Kanger, I'm actually really impressed with these sub tanks. They work really well. They're organic cotton coils. The 0.5, it runs anywhere from 15 to 60 watts. It says running at 49. Wow, I was expecting to get a dry hit, honestly, but no, not bad. But anyways, guys, I'm actually really impressed with this Kangertech. You can also buy these in kits. They come in a Subbox Nano and Subbox Mini kits. I haven't messed with them. My buddy, he's wanting to get one, and actually Vapor Joe just sent out an email today about Subbox Minis and Subbox Nanos for like 50 bucks. That's actually really cheap, guys. But I'd honestly say the Kangertech, I'm very impressed with it. I like it. It's got good quality, really sturdy, not easy to break. I will say this, with the standard coils, you do get a little bit of spit back. I think I've only took 1 hit out of all the hits tonight that I haven't got a little bit of spit back, but you know, you're gonna run into that whenever you got coils. I think these are vertical coils too in here, which you don't get as much spit back with vertical coils as you do with. Alright, where I left off was I was talking to you guys about spit back on coils. You get a little bit of spit back. That's going to happen though with your standard stock coils. They're going to have a little bit of spit back, but you know, it's not too bad. It's not like I've had some coils that I felt like I was drinking the juice more than I was vaping it. But these guys, they just whenever you first click it, it gives you a little bit of spit back. Not too bad though, guys. Honestly, if I wasn't such an Aspire person, I didn't already have me a tank, I'd honestly go for one of these because it looks actually pretty nice on top of the Sigelei's, on top of the box mods. I'm sure you guys know about this stuff, but you don't put a tank with standard coils on top of a unregulated box, unregulated mech mod. That is how you get shit to blow up. All these things that you see on Facebook about so-and-so's vape blew up, so-and-so's vape blew up, kid injured by vape exploding in his mouth, blah, 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 blah. All that shit is because they don't know what they're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, go look up battery safety, go look up your safety stuff. Guys, these are dangerous if used incorrectly, just like everything else. You just got to be careful, make sure you know what you're doing. That is the only thing I have to say really about this, about whenever you're using tanks for safety wise, is don't put it on unregulated boxes or unregulated mech mods. And don't vape something at 150 watts on a box mod. Don't do it. Unless you have coils that say you can do 150 watts. And still, at that point, still be damn careful, guys. Because I mean, I put this back down at 30 because 50, I was starting to get a little bit of dry hit. Guys, tanks aren't really meant for cloud chasing. They're meant for flavor, and they're meant for easy access. You don't have to keep dripping while you're driving. That's what I use my tank for pretty much anymore, is I drip it, so I don't have to drip and drive. Alright, y'all have a good night. My buddy Lane, he's gonna come on here now and tell you what he thinks about it. Thanks, guys. Bye.
What up, guys? My name is Lane. Andrew told you guys about me, I think, in the first video that he made, and I haven't been able to make a video yet. I was supposed to make my own video the other day, but I'm gonna review the Subtank Plus for you guys. He did the review for the Mini, and then I went ahead and bought a Plus, and this one's got the 2 slots in it on both sides of the deal, and right now I've got the RBA system on here. The first time I used it, I didn't know what I was doing. I built a macro coil on there and didn't put the cotton in right. It wasn't feeding juice in correctly. I covered up the holes for the feeders, and I just hated it. I got pissed off, and I put the RBA system away for like 2-3 weeks. But we've been using these Subtanks for like maybe 2 months now, and I learned how to do the proper builds on this RBA system. And right now in this RBA, I have actually a Twisted 28 build that, and I was surprised it actually did work in here very well. I've had this coil in here for like 3 weeks, and it still looks like a brand new coil. See if you guys can see in there, into that, right in there. Let's see here. Anyways, yeah, y'all guys got the gist of that, but I had it all taken apart for you guys so I could show that to you real quick. But this Subtank Plus has a lot of airflow, and the problem we had with that Subtank Mini was the airflow was just not very exceptional. It was lacking, and so when I bought this Plus, the only reason I bought it is because I didn't know that there was 2 different generations of Subtank. I thought that only like the Plus came with the 2 slots for airflow, and I was sadly informed otherwise after I bought it. But I got a really good deal on it. Andrew got it for me. It was $20 online, and every shop I went to in town it was like $50, $60, $75. You know, they were expensive tanks. But one thing he did mention, you guys, in that a video that he did was the O-rings on that. They come stock in it as red ones. I got purple ones for it because I thought the purple looked cool. But that's part of the problem we're having with that, with leaking, is those O-rings aren't as tight. They're not as thick, so they don't keep the juice into the tank as well. So it leaks a little bit. But this one, I haven't had a lot of problems leaking. Of course, if you leave a tank on its side for long enough, it's going to start leaking. So if I leave it tipped over on its side like this or whatever in my bag, it'll eventually start to leak. But the airflow is pretty good. Vapor production is great. I love the flavor that comes out of these, especially with this Twisted 28 build that's in here. When I started using them, I had the horizontal coils in there, and when I ordered a new set or a new case of coils, they were vertical coils. And I myself am personally a fan more of the horizontal ones versus the vertical ones. I like them a little bit more, but that's all subjective. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion on that. But you know, it's pretty good. I'll show you guys a little bit. Now with this Twisted 28, since it's not at a higher voltage, and it it does spit a little bit, so I wouldn't suggest it if you don't like spit back at all. It does spit back a little bit, but versus where the OCC coils or like a standard, 26 gauge coil or whatever you want to put in there isn't going to spit back as much. But yeah, I love the vapor production and the airflow on this tank itself. You take those real long hits, real throaty hits, and it doesn't ever really burn. If you hold it for too long, eventually it will burn. It can't feed enough juice into it to keep going after it heats that coil up, and that coil gets really hot. But yeah, I'm very happy with this tank. When I got into doing like mech mods and box mods, I never really thought I'd ever get another tank. I never really wanted one. I was like, hey, I like building. Building's fun, but eventually I got bored with building, having to build every 2 days, and I didn't want to excel in making better builds. And then, at work, it just got hard to continue to drip while I was at work. When I was working, I'd want to take a quick vape break or whatever, and to go out there and take the cap off and then unscrew the juice and drip it onto the RDA and whatnot. It just got real time consuming. So I decided, I was like, I'm gonna go buy a tank, see what happens. So I bought the first one I bought was a Subtank Mini, and I was pretty happy with that. So when I saw the Plus, I went ahead and bought it. It was a little bit bigger, looks a little bit better on this Sigelli 100 watt that I've got here. This is actually a first gen. A lot of people don't like it, but I haven't had a problem with it yet. But yeah, it looks pretty good on there versus the Mini. The Mini was kind of too small for this. But yeah, it's a pretty good vape, Alright, you guys, well, y'all have a good one, and thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, give us some likes. If you got any feedback, go ahead and leave it down in the comment section below. I'm gonna have him throw down in the section. I'm gonna have him throw a link to that website that he got that tank off of for so cheap. I mean, he gets really good deals on there. He got Sigelli 150, 4 LG batteries, the yellow ones, and I think it's like the I don't remember, it's the Intel Core D2 charger. He got that charger, and he got that whole bundle for like $112 off the internet, and the mod alone at most of the vape shops here in our local town are like $160. And I know those chargers run for like $30, $35, and the batteries are like $13 a piece, so he got a pretty good steal on that. So I have him leave a thing down below for you guys, and y'all have a great one. Keep strong, vape on.